Welcome to Maker's Live with Ninon. Of course, we've had so many guests today, and each one of them has such an inspiring interview. And the things that people are still doing out there, I think we think because of the COVID that we've all sort of not doing anything anymore. But it seems to me to be the total opposite. People are finding, they're finding their heart. They're finding who they are. They're finding out things that they never thought they could do. How are you?
I am great.
And I have your name, Sherry West. Am I right?
There you go.
I got the name right. Sherry is also an author. We seem to be having authors on our show today. How's it going?
It is going fantastic.
See what I mean? See?
I'm a new author. I've been writing for a while, usually with clients and business planning and everything. And through the pandemic, I decided, through actually meeting James Kelly at Quirky Minds,
yes.
I stumbled into him through an introduction, and I started writing a few books. And based on the work that I do with my clients, which is business planning and marketing strategy, brand strategy.
Do that many people really need business planning?
Yeah, business planning is extremely important. It's like there's that old saying, businesses don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. So when you're...
Remember that.
Right. So when you're starting your business, it's important to look at who your competitors are, who your target market is, all those
You
good
are
things.
so right with that. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you come up with an idea, you think you're the only one with this idea. And then you start going out and you say, well, hang on a second, everybody's doing the same thing. And you suddenly realize how many people are doing the same thing. But now, how are you going to do it different?
Exactly. And that's what my book is about, and my podcast. This little Piggy went to market. I use that age-old nursery rhyme, but I'm using it in a twist, because when someone goes to market, they can be successful or not successful. And if they're really successful...
Isn't that sort of with the energy and how they approach people and how they are to people and, whether you're going to make it or not?
Exactly. And it's about finding your niche. Like you said earlier, when you're researching to see if anybody else has your idea, well, you can make your own spin on it, because not to say that there's nothing new under the sun, but there are new things under the sun.
Of course there are.
But if you decide to do your business, give me a reason why they're going to come to you, and so...
so you've got to think of that reason to come to you and not the other person, because there's competition out there. There's always competition.
Exactly.
And my favorite saying is there's a lot of competition, but I am the competition.
Exactly. And you don't want to price yourself out of the market. You want to be unique enough to keep your customer coming back and addressing those needs. And
would that be service? Giving people more service, understanding?
Yeah, well, I think even if you have a product, you have to service your customer, right? Whether it's through customer service, making sure your product is quality,
It's funny you should say that with product. I just went through something, and I got an email from one of my credit cards. And on it, there was and they didn't let it go through. There was an unusual $94 and a $97.
Okay.
Now, I had sent in for something, and whatever it was I had sent in for. And I received it, and I think I only had to pay the package or something. I don't know. Each one, they both cost $7 each, which I know the packaging does not cost $7, so I know they didn't lose any money on what they sent me. I know that. So all of a sudden, I get this, it's a monthly bill, but you don't see it in the writing. And they automatically put this, and so this is why they charge my card, because they already got my card for the packaging.
Okay.
So they automatically took my card number and everything and charged this monthly fee.
That's
and this
peculiar.
happens it happens all the time, and people don't know, and they don't check their credit card bills. Most people don't. And if you don't check your credit card, so I phoned them up and I said, would you please, what's the reason why you don't want to do this anymore? I said, I've never done it anyway. Said, but that's fooling now, what am I going to say about this company? I'm not going to say anything very good about the company.
Right, that's part of your brand image, and
I'm going to say, be careful of this company. They'll give you something for free, and then they're going to automatically, and not even tell you, that they're charging on your card that you've given them for the postage. They're going to start charging on that card.
Well, that's not a good brand.
No,
that's definitely not a good brand.
A lot of people do that, though. Because you've got to check your credit card bills. So that's as what you were saying.
Well, in a way, yes.
You
But
know.
we're talking about mainly people who start their own businesses, right?
Yes.
And so like you
But
were
don't
saying,
do that in your own business.
No, absolutely not. I probably wouldn't work with those type of people. But carving your niche, you know.
Yes.
So this book is about carving your niche.
And this is the book.
Right. So this little piggy went to market is the part one of a
Fabulous. I love the name. The Power of Carving Your Niche.
right. And so
Very
this is
well.
volume
This is-
one of the 4-part series. So we're going to take them through. No, you messed up. That's
Oh, okay.
just
Okay,
the mo-
okay.
I think we just messed up a little bit, but
That's all right.
okay. So what this is about is the stages of planning your business. So what this little piggy went to market is really about is like 4 major stages that I take clients through.
Okay.
So it's like talking about, how to model the business itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, what business do you want?
Right.
How do you want it to work? What are you going into? Find out exactly what it is.
Yeah, your market share. What
Yeah.
market share are you going after? What target, demographics, your age group.
Yes.
What is your product? Is it a service or is it a product? We have to manufacture the product.
And all
that
those
sort of
things are out there now because of the internet and because of technology. You can find all this out there, can't you? And through
Most of
people
it.
like you. So if they get in touch with you,
Yeah.
they can say, what if I'm doing this, where do I go with it? What do I...
Exactly. Whereas my business, Rhyme and Reason International, we work a lot with apparel companies, but any company that's doing product development.
Yeah.
And it could be, we work with companies that are just internet companies that are service or nonprofits. It's all about where you are in your development process. And then we take you through, if you're manufacturing a product like clothing or mugs or anything. Yeah, we take you through the manufacturing process as well. Then we take you through the marketing. How do you market it? So there's these stages that over the years, I've worked with big companies, grown companies from 50 million to 160 million, or, teaching at the college level.
College level,
Yeah,
so they understand.
it's, degree
A lot
programs.
of that, not a lot of this is taught in colleges, is it?
Well, it depends. You might wind up going through a number of different programs
Yes.
to teach, or to learn this. So what I say to clients, you can spend $100,000 over 4 years
Yes.
and then go work for a company and still hope you can do your own business afterwards.
Yes.
So what my experience is, having had worked with a number of large companies,
You
or
learn
large
from what
brands.
they're doing.
Yeah, you learn and then you do your own, and then other
Brilliant
people start
idea. So you
calling-
don't have to. That's like going to college in a different
So
way.
I'm
but you're
giving
getting-
them college
You're
for-
getting paid for it.
Right, each book
Yeah.
is almost like a year.
Yes.
But at the same time, I fast track them because if they have an idea and they really want to get to market,
Yeah.
they can obviously consult with me, or
Yeah.
they can, look at our books. And almost, it's not like a textbook, but I'm fast tracking because there's so many things in textbooks and in college. That some
you don't
people don't
really
have,
need.
that they don't have either the funding for or the patience for. So this gives them a way to find out, how
If
to
they
get it
can
done.
do it and how they can do it with
Right.
not much funding.
Right.
Because money is always a problem starting a new business. Do I
Mm-hmm.
have enough financing? Do I have enough money? And normally they don't.
Mm-hmm.
So normally they have to make these, or they give up.
Right. And also, too, what I've learned is that most people who do business planning are CEOs or, executives of companies. So
Yes.
they're going to do that for that company they're working for.
Yeah.
They're not going to really help entrepreneurs. And that's the scary point, especially when you're in technology and you got to come up with a business plan and get in front of investors and pitch your idea and hope to get the funding, or say, do a business plan and present it to a bank for bank funding. So this will help you through these steps.
Through all those stages, yes. Because
Yeah.
then if you've got to go through a bank, it's like I know real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So I know exactly what to do through real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it all through, actually I did it all through myself. I had to teach myself to do it, which
Right,
was
right.
fine. I didn't mind, but it was a little hard at times. Unfortunately, I was good at figures and things and realized, what was out there. But it can be very difficult for anybody doing this. Like even putting a show on, it's
I'm so impressed with what you're doing. I was
mean, a
so
lot of-
impressed to hear about it. And thank you for having me
Absolutely.
on the show. I
Well,
really appreciate
Did
it.
you fly in for this show?
Well, I drove in. Yeah.
You drove in?
Yes.
From where? Arizona?
California, LA.
Oh, California. You
Yes.
drove from California. Whereabouts do you live in California?
LA, downtown.
LA?
Yeah.
Downtown?
Yeah.
It's fabulous. I love LA. I lived in
Yeah.
LA. I was married in LA.
Oh, were you?
Yes, I was married for 29 years. I was definitely there
yeah.
with my husband.
So I've been in California about 12 years, but
12 years.
Orange County, and then recently through the pandemic, I actually decided to move to LA
Really?
because there's more creativity and the doors were just opening up
Yeah,
for
Orange
me.
County is like a little place of its own.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have the industrial side of it, of writers or entrepreneurs, or because downtown, actually, Los Angeles, they have all the lawyers and all the big companies and everything, and from all over the world in downtown Los Angeles. So you've got a lot to sort of work with and go with down there.
Yeah, a lot of doors open for me.
So
and
you've done all this. You're putting this together. This is not together yet, so she's putting.
Right, it's up and coming.
So
with the
when will this
podcast.
be together?
This will be together in the next couple of weeks
Okay.
as we launch our podcast.
Okay. Oh, you're launching the podcast.
The podcast is called Business to Brand
Business to Brand. I like that
with
name.
Sherry West.
BB.
Yeah, and the book will be part of the promotion, so we'll take people through the steps
Yes.
through the book,
Absolutely.
and they'll learn a lot from me.
Now you're doing your podcast through James
Yep,
Kelly,
through Quirky
which
Minds,
is Quirky Minds Media.
Yes.
So we've all gravitated ourselves to this James Kelly. I don't quite understand where he came from, but all of a sudden he's got this incredible studio that we all use, and this Quirky Minds Media, and it's amazing because we found ourselves a niche. We found
Right.
ourselves a place.
That's what this is.
So it's-
the power of carving your niche, right?
Yeah, that's it. You see, we found our niche. I've got my niche.
At Kellyland, James Kellyland, we're doing a promo for James Kelly
James Kelly.
at Quirky Minds.
There you go. Absolutely.
Right.
Because he's kind enough,
Yes.
to get us out of that place that we may have been in and struggled. Now we're not struggling. Now we're all becoming a team and everything. So you're going to come up here every week to do the podcast, or you do it through
Well, we're going to do a number of
podcasts at one time?
Yeah, we're
At
gonna do
one time.
Yeah,
Like
like a whole
today.
weekend. Yeah, I'll be here
yes.
through the weekend, and then we're going to
So
schedule
you're going to do
sometime.
many of them every day. You'll be doing one and one and one and one.
I think we're going to do like four.
Four of
Yeah,
them.
because they're only half hour
yeah,
at
yes.
a time.
So do
yeah.
about four of them. So then you can come up in another 2 or 3 weeks.
He calls them
Do
put
you-
it in the can.
Yeah,
Right?
put that in the can.
You got 4 in the can. You're going to get 4 more
What
in the
else?
can.
Now, what about your life? Are you married?
No, not
No?
married.
You have children?
I do.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
What do you have?
I have a daughter and a son.
Oh, daughter
They're
and a
not
son.
little anymore, but
Well, you look young enough for them
Well,
to be
thank
little.
you, thank
Yes,
you.
you do.
you trying to set me up with somebody?
no, I'm not. But my next guest, actually, he helps people that are in either dating or different things like romancing and all this stuff.
Interesting.
Yes, he helps them, and maybe he can help me. I don't know, but I'm not really looking for anybody because I don't have time.
That's when it happens. I hear that's when it happens.
Oh, I don't know if I've got time for them because we're too busy and everything else. So apart from doing all this, what else do you do? Anything else?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm an artist. I do
Okay.
fine art.
Oh,
So,
how lovely.
Yeah. So I have my.
So you're
I do-
able to do all your own branding and
I
everything?
do. I do.
Oh, how
Because
wonderful.
I think on both sides of my brain. So my bachelor's background is in fashion design. So I started my career as a fashion
No wonder
designer.
she looks so great.
And then I got my MBA because growing businesses, you wind up elevating yourself through the company.
And so you've got to know
And
what's
so you
going
know
on
the
and how
business side and the creative,
Yes, and the
so-
creative side. So you've got like sort of 2 in 1 here, which
Yeah.
is absolutely perfect. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people actually probably need it right now because they're changing their businesses. They're not doing the same as they were doing before. They're doing something different.
Yeah,
So-
you're seeing a lot of different ideas coming out through the pandemic because people had time on their hands, trying to figure out what they're trying to do.
What they're going to do, now's the time to do something different. You're doing something
Yes.
different.
I'm
With
an
your-
author, a soon-to-be author,
Soon to be-
and soon-to-be podcast
Yeah,
host.
so she's incorporated all her knowledge and all her degrees and everything, put them all into one, and you've come up with this. I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Sherry West is absolutely wonderful. Wish you all the best.
Well,
And
thank you so
thank you for
much. I
coming on the
appreciate
show.
you
It's
having
absolutely
me.
amazing. Yeah, we've had
Thank
some
you.
fabulous guests and another fabulous guest, and we shall be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon. Take care. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.